It is February 17th, 2026.
Mm.
Today, we are unpacking the Strategic Alpha Report on Solana, and the signals here are really all over the place.
They really are. The report nails it by calling it the Solana paradox.
Right. Because normally, when a network gets a huge technical upgrade, gets faster, more efficient, the price follows. Here, we're seeing the complete opposite.
Exactly. You've got these massive historic upgrades happening. I mean, they are literally redefining blockchain speed, but the asset's price is just crumbling.
So the core question the report is asking is, what is this thing becoming? Is it the future internet capital market, or is it just a declining asset facing what they call corporate capture?
The stakes feel incredibly high.
Okay, so let's get into the numbers. The report calls this a compression phase.
Yeah.
Right now, Solana is trading at about, what, $86.25?
Yep, around there. And that's down roughly 53% year over year. It's ugly.
It is. So what is this compression phase?
Well, think of a Bollinger Band squeeze. Visually, it's like the price is being forced into a tighter and tighter channel. It means volatility is building up.
Like a coiled spring.
Exactly like a coiled spring. The report's pivot point is $91.69. It has to reclaim that to be bullish.
And if it doesn't, what's the floor?
The critical support floor is at $68.73. If it breaks through that, the spring uncoils, but downwards, you'd probably see a major capitulation event.
It feels like the institutional money is already giving up. I mean, the ETF in 2025 was supposed to be the big moment.
A total sell the news event. It's down 41% from its peak. The data is pretty clear. Wall Street doesn't see SOL as a store of value. They trade it like a high beta tech stock.
The first thing to get dumped when the market gets shaky.
The very first thing.
Okay, so the price picture is bleak. But here's the paradox. Because the tech itself is, well, it's screaming. The report gets into the Frankendancer upgrade.
Right. Frankendancer is this new hybrid client, and it's already live. The metrics are just staggering. We're talking over 100,000 transactions per second.
On mainnet.
On the mainnet.
And just so you understand, that is getting very close to the kind of velocity you see on traditional exchanges like the NASDAQ-Q.
It is. And then you add the Alpenglobe consensus on top of that, they're getting 100 to 150 millisecond finality.
So near instant and irreversible.
They are explicitly building this for high-frequency trading, but there's a catch.
The transparency paradox. I found this part fascinating. The Solana Foundation is reporting 100% uptime. But that's not the full story, is it?
No. An independent monitor, Statuscator, found 9 disruptions that weren't acknowledged. Some of them lasted for 13 hours.
13 hours. So the chain didn't halt, but...
The lights were on, but nobody could move their money. If you're trying to be the new NASDAQ, you just can't have that. It's a non-starter.
And this feeds right into the centralization fears, doesn't it? The Nakamoto coefficient.
It dropped to 20. And, that number is the minimum group of entities that could collude to censor the network. 20 is low. It raises fears that Solana is becoming a corporate chain.
Secured by a handful of giant companies instead of, a decentralized community.
Precisely. Which brings us to the legal fight.
And it is a fight on two fronts. On one hand, you have a potential lifeline. Project Crypto.
Right. This is the best case scenario. It's a joint SEC and CFTC thing, and they might classify SOL as a digital tool.
Not a security.
Exactly. That would be the holy grail. It removes this massive compliance burden.
But on the other hand, a RIT lawsuit. That sounds serious.
It is. Aguilar v. Battencourt. They're accusing the Solana Foundation and Jito Labs of running a pump enterprise.
A pump enterprise? What does it even mean?
The argument is that by building super fast infrastructure, they knowingly enabled the whole predatory meme coin casino on platforms like Pump.Front.
And so it's like trying to hold the people who built the highway liable for a speeding car.
That's the perfect analogy. And if the courts agree with that, if they say yes, that is an absolutely existential threat to the whole idea of the protocol.
It's just amazing. While all this is happening, the report points out they're actually losing ground in some areas.
Yeah, the boring but important stuff. Real-world assets, RWA. The XRP ledger has actually flipped Solana there. Yep, it's $1.756 billion on XRPL versus $1.682 billion on Solana. So XRP is quietly winning the slow and steady banking layer.
While Solana is just dominating the high-speed, high-risk trading floor, we're talking, what, $143 billion a month in DX volume?
2 completely different visions for the future of finance.
So massive speed, a squeezed price, a legal war. If you want everyone listening to take one single thought away from this deep dive, what is it?
I think it all comes back to that RICO case. You really have to ask yourself, If the people who just write the code, the infrastructure providers, are held liable for how an application built on top of it is used, does the entire concept of permissionless innovation even exist anymore? Because if you have to get an ID from every single user just to protect yourself from getting sued, you haven't built the blockchain. You've just built a very, very expensive database.